Welcome to another Paige's Words, brought to you by yours truly, me, Paige. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the word forgo, which actually has two different spellings and two different meanings. So it's one of those words that's like really super annoying in the English language because anybody else in another language that's trying to learn English would never ever understand why that is or why we would do that or why that even makes sense to anyone. But it doesn't make sense to us either, just trust me on that. But first, I am trying out a new hairdo. I mean, it's not really new. I've done it a lot before in my lifetime. I just haven't had a blow dryer in a really long time. Not because I don't actually have one, it's just really crappy and it doesn't really like dry my hair very quickly, so I don't really use it. Plus it's at my parents' house, so. But new hairdo, new look, new style. Whatever. Back to our topic. Today we are going to go over the two words forgo and forgo. First one is going to be spelled F-O-R-E-G-O and the second one is going to be spelled F-O-R-G-O. So I had no idea that there were two forgos ever. Like I would have never guessed that, never knew that there was a second definition besides the one that like means preceding, which is the F-O-R-E-G-O. That's the one that means like preceding or to go before. So it's like forgo or foregone or forewent or any of that stuff. Like that all means like it went before whatever you're talking about. So that would be the only thing that would really make sense to me personally, just because the other one just does not make any sense at all. But I assumed that that was actually spelled F-O-R-G-O, and the reason why I'm even talking about this is because a little while ago in my differential equations class, my teacher was talking about the word forgo and he was trying to like use it in a sentence, and he was actually using the one that's supposed to be spelled F-O-R-G-O, which actually means to abstain from or like go without. So to me, that doesn't really make sense. Like, why would they use that word for that? But that's what they chose to do, and that's what it means. And he was actually using that in a sentence, which how he even knew that that was like a thing is beyond me. But he used it, and he turned around and asked the whole class, like, how do you spell forgo? Do you have an E or do you not have an E? And so I was like, yeah, it has an E, because I was like 95% positive that I had seen the word with an E used several times before, so I was pretty sure that that was the way that you used it. But at the time, like I blurted that out without even thinking, and then I was like second guessing myself, and I was like, you know what, I bet that there's both ways. And so I looked it up while we were still in class, of course, and I ended up telling him to put the E on it, but that was the wrong one to use for that particular circumstance, because he was trying to say abstain from, which is the F-O-R-G-O. So I blurted out and it sounded like a know-it-all, and I was wrong. So it was kind of embarrassing. But I learned something. So who doesn't like learning? I mean, seriously though, who doesn't like learning? The English language is kind of fucked up, and it like totally explains words and uses words in the weirdest ways like ever. Why do we need two forgos that are pronounced exactly the same and they mean totally different things and they spelled totally different ways? And it's like so confusing because both words are forgo. And there's a lot of words that are like that. For example, read and read are both spelled exactly the same way, and one is present tense and one is a past tense. And then minute and minute are spelled exactly the same way, and they both have completely different meanings, different pronunciations, spelled exactly the same way. It's like, really, why do we need these? But it's just kind of one of those things that us people who speak English have to just deal with. It's really annoying, and sometimes it's super complicated and hard to teach people, and I mean, it's really hard to understand. Why do we need all of these words that sound exactly the same or mean exactly the same things and spelled different ways, and why do you have to be so complicated English? But that's what we have to deal with. So that would be the end of your Paige's Words lesson for today. Our words were forego and forego. Forego, F-O-R-E-G-O, means to go before, and forgo, F-O-R-G-O, means to abstain from or do without. So if you have any more questions, make sure you put it in the comments below. And if you liked it, don't forget to click that thumbs up button and show me how much you really appreciate my Paige's Words video, because these are so much fun for me. Like, I know that sounds really nerdy, but I love doing Paige's Words video because I love words and they're just like so fun for me and so amazing, and I love them. So be sure to show your support by clicking the thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I put out new videos every single week. And if you want to get notified, because I do not have a schedule because I'm not that organized, make sure you click the notifications on my channel so that way you get notified of when I upload videos. Bye guys. Made that for Ken. It's one of these all shredded up and it's sopping wet.